Welcome to second edition Wargaming. I'm Rob.
And I'm Tristan.
And today we've got a special scenario battle report for you. Inquisitors and Grey Knights versus Chaos Cult and a Summoning Ritual.
Pure heretics.
Enjoy. Okay, so as mentioned, special scenario in this game. Set up the sort of governor's palace, I like to call it, or think of it. Here we've got the tombs of all the governor's ancestors in the depths of the palace. And here we have some desecrated, imperial altar. Altar to the emperor, there you are.
Shrine
to them, that's it, this guy knows. So Shrine of the Emperor has been sort of desiccated there, and some sort of chaos altar has been set up there. They haven't got around to changing all the decor from the old governor.
Very busy people.
Very busy. So that's the idea. We'll talk through the special rules, I think, once we've deployed. Make a lot more sense with models on the table. For now, we will go to psychic powers. We will go with a 4th level Inquisitor for Tristan.
So we've got to draw the powers for the Master Inquisitor first.
Yeah, although he's only a Master, he can be any level.
He's still 4th level, so here we go.
With them, I will then go over to the Magus. Now we're giving him a Chaos power because he is a Chaos Magus, but we're kind of counting him as undivided. So to give him that kind of undivided feel, we're just going to take 1 from Zench.
Your power, sir?
My power. And I will take 3. Oh no, he's only level 3. 2 from Adeptus. So I'll take 1 from the top, 1 from the bottom, please.
On top.
Okay, so Psychic Powers dealt. No strategy cards on this mission. Just for interest, the points come in at just under about 600 for both sides' starting forces. So it's a nice small game. We could have 1, but we won't. There's lots of special rules, which we'll go through, as I said, once the armies are deployed. The missions are fairly simple. I'll just chat through now. The Grey Knights and Inquisitors are going to teleport in. Free of points, actually. That would add 50% to your points, but we're not doing that because no. And their job is literally to stop the ritual taking place. A summoning, or should we say rift? More than a summoning, more of like a rift, sort of like turn the planet into a sort of demon world-esque type thing. So they can do that by killing their demagogue, basically. That's their objective, and of course the Demigod and his boys, their objective is just to cause a rift. And we'll go through how they're going to do that. Okay, so a quick look at the forces involved. We'll talk through them once they're on the table. Obviously the demons at the back aren't deployed, but you've got 3 squads of sort of cultists there, and some characters over here. Heroes of the Imperium, 2 squads of Grey Knights, and Inquisitor leading at the front there. Just a quick view, because I know some of you like to actually have a good view of the armies being used. I normally put them on my Instagram, so if that's not a good enough look, just pop on there and try and see them. Okay, so Psychic Powers, missions explained, quick view of the armies. We are ready for deployment, which will start with the Chaos Cult. And then of course the Terminators on their first turn will teleport in. Okay, back after that. Okay, Chaos Cult deployed. We've got 1 squad of 8. So just cultists armed with, axes, swords, las pistols. There's a whole array of weapons in there, but nothing special. They have an acolyte leading them, as all the squads do, just to give them that little bit of extra leadership. 8 in total. Basically a complete replication here, again with an acolyte leading Nothing too special about them. They're the 2 squads we've put on so far, and I'll get back to that. Over here we've got the characters, the Icon Bearer, the Demagogue, and a Chaos Magus there. He's a level 2 Psyker, he's a level 3 Psyker, and he has the Flesh Banner, I believe, which will help him out should he get into hand-to-hand combat. They're not too buffed. He has a 4-sword, the Magus has a 4-sword. Demagogue has a demon weapon and displacer field, and again, nothing really, carapace armour, and that's pretty much all they've got. Okay, so how we're going to roll it with the 3rd squad is once the Grey Knights have teleported in and the Inquisitor, I will bring the 3rd squad in the beginning of my turn on from whichever edge I feel is closest to them, to give them a speed bump. A very mild speed bump.
It will not help you against the hammers of the Emperor.
Oh dear, okay, let's no more coffee for Tristan. So, as you can see, the board idea is these guys are stopping any unwanted disturbances coming in through there, but of course no one counted on teleporting Grey Knights or Inquisitors.
Tricksy Grey Knights.
Indeed. Right, okay. Summoning. The whole objective of the cult. Every psychic phase, the Icon Bearer will add 1 to the summoning total, the Magus will add 1 to the summoning total, and the Demagogue will add D3 to the summoning total, just to give it that randomness. They need to get to 20 summoning points to cause the rift. There he is, stood there with his demon weapon staff thing, which I'm afraid doesn't have a parry, unfortunately, but that's how he's channeling the rage, should I say, since we're going to use Cornate Demons, so he's going to do that. They've got psychic powers, but they have to decide at the beginning of the psychic phase whether they're going to put summoning points into the altar or use their psychic powers, in which case they will roll a die in the psychic phase. If I decide to keep them there, then we'll just roll the die, probably 1 for the Grey Knight squad, 1 for the Inquisitor. If those 2 decide to take part in the psychic phase, that'd be 4 die, which would be horrific because there'd be force cards everywhere. So that's it. I can drain from the summoning pool to bring lesser demons. They all appear at the beginning, anywhere in the centre there, and then I can move them as normal, as you would with normal summoning. So that's 2 points for every lesser demon I want to bring on. Of course, that takes away from the total, and I can't just chuck force cards into it either if I decide to take part in the psychic phase. It's a special sort of summoning thing. Anyway, lots of blather there, but that's the idea. You'll pick it up as we go along. I think we're ready for the Grey Knights and what will be turn 1.
Yep, so it's time for the Grey Knights to teleport in, marking the spot with the Inquisitor model where they're attempting to teleport in. Yeah. Now, because we're Grey Knights and an Inquisitor, we're shielded against the warp, so if I do roll a double 1 here, we don't all just vanish into the warp and end the scenario immediately. Yeah, really. But we do still deviate, so I'll roll for that now.
Yeah.
So we're going 6 inches that way. We'll mark that up and then start placing the Terminators.
Excellent. Okay, so there's a deviation. The whole squad and the Inquisitors deployed. Tristan, you want to talk us through the sort of scenario specials for these?
Absolutely. So the Inquisitor himself is immune to break tests and all the psychology, the fear and the terror that the demons might be inflicting on us.
Yeah.
The Grey Knight Terminators themselves are not immune, but they do have quite high leadership, so they're relatively stalwart. Yeah. We've teleported in as a unit, but as this is much more of a skirmish game, we're now going to treat the models as individuals, so they'll be able to cut about and do their own thing. And work individually.
Yeah.
We will still use the break test rules. Obviously it won't affect the Inquisitor himself, But for the Terminators, if they start to lose 25% of their number in total, they will individually take break tests.
Yeah, so rather than a squad.
Rather than as a squad whole.
Squad for casualties, but not squads for the tests,
exactly.
is what we're going with. So that's just a scenario thing, as I say, because this is more of a skirmish, well, kill team, call it second edition kill team if you want. You know, it's something like that.
And then there's a few implications for psychic powers. We'll talk more about those as they come up, but some psychic powers that will affect the entire squad rather than the individual models.
Gotcha. So what's your placement? You've got just a 360, everyone facing off, haven't you?
Yeah, we're just deployed in a defensive circle, teleporting into the Governor's Palace, ready to take on whatever we find here.
Which, you found it. Okay, so that's technically the Inquisitor's deployment, even though it's their first turn. So Tristan's going to move them, place them, and we'll be back after that. Okay, Tristan, Terminator movement.
Yep, so we've got the Inquisitor and one of the Grey Knights here have run over this way, so they won't be firing this turn. But these two have just moved normally. We've got this Terminator here can draw a line to two of the cultists up on the top of the stairs there, but it will be drawing through hard cover.
Yeah.
And the closer one who can draw to just this chap on the top of the stairs there.
Gotcha.
We've then moved backwards as a bit of a rear guard with these two Terminators who are ready to draw some fire with their storm bolters on the cultists at the back.
They're going to be running up on the back here.
Exactly.
Definitely.
So just to mention that war gear wise, all of the Grey Knights, of course, and the Inquisitor himself have got a Nemesis Force weapon, which includes a storm bolter.
Yeah.
Obviously, they're all wearing tactical dreadnought Terminator armour. And the Inquisitor is also equipped with a refractor field, just for a little bit of extra defense.
We didn't do the war gear flash ups, did we? Yeah, and also, although the Nemesis Force weapon doesn't come with a targeter,
the Terminator armour always does.
Yeah, and a teleport homer. So we're saying yes, that's linked to the Nemesis Force weapon, as if they needed it. And the teleport homer may come in handy should you have any reinforcements.
If things go awry.
Yes, absolutely. Okay, mate, so you want to roll
Let's
away?
Go straight into the shooting phase. We'll do these two Terminators here shooting into the cultists at the back.
Okay, yeah, we're just going to roll.
No bonus for short range here, but with our targeters and our BS of 5, we'll still be hitting on 2s.
Wow. Okay.
So here we go. We get 2 hits there. That is a sustained fire dice for each one.
Yeah, that could do some damage.
So 4 hits. Within strength 4 going into your toughness of 3 on the cultists.
Yeah. So, I mean, yeah, what is that? 3?
The 3s to wound.
3s to wound, yeah.
Oh, so not a great roll there. We've failed 3
wow.
times, unfortunately. But we do take one of the cultists with us.
Okay, cool. Not a break test for them. So they'll put acolytes in, hopefully keep them in the fight.
Moving over here, we can go to the chap that can only shoot the one guy. Even with the cover, with his targeter in short range, we'll still be hitting on a 2.
Yeah.
Which he does. And he gets just the 1 hit, wounding again on a 3. He pops that one cultist.
Is that the one with only one?
Yeah, with just the one target.
So only needed to hit one, and this guy can see those 2.
See the other 2. So
with a -2, 2 pluses.
Yep. So 2 plus. Ooh,
yeah, 2 plus.
Knocking the pallors down.
Yeah, right.
2 plus to hit still. Does hit. Sustained. Oh, he
the
jammed.
First jam of the game. I thought you were doing well. He's like, oh yeah.
Click, click, click.
Yeah, we'll get a token for that. So cool. Okay, that's the first blood there. No break test for the cultists. Short and sweet. Shooting done. On to the psychic phase, which may turn into a bit of a headache.
Let's see what we do.
You got my guys are going to do summoning, as you'd expect. So just 2 psychics. The Inquisitor and the Grey Knight squad. So this is for force cards. 5, not too bad. So you distribute those cards between us. You first, it's your turn. 5, okay. That's it, and they're yours. I'll just use normal army nullifies and other cards that can be used without psychers. Okay, so first power up. What are you going to go for, Tristan?
So I'm actually, first of all, from the Inquisitor, going to cast Aura of Fire, which is one of the powers that we mentioned earlier that affects all of the Terminators.
Very
so
good.
It gives them quite a nice defensive buff, that one.
Yeah, okay.
And that costs me 1 force card. Next up, the Inquisitor again is going to cast Scourging.
Oof.
And he is looking up at the Demagogue, chanting away to chaos, and he's going to launch this psychic attack.
I know I should have placed him at the back.
Rule of cool.
Yeah, it was too cool having stood in the middle. Tristan convinced me, now I know why. Tactical convincing. Okay, so how does that work?
So I'm spending 1 force card on that as well. The psychic power goes out 24 inches.
By the way, psychics obviously is turn-based, but you know that, don't you? But obviously I haven't got anything to do.
Yes, yeah.
So he's just being gung-ho and cracking on.
So launching the psychic power straight out 24 inches in a line from the Inquisitor, so going up to the Demagogue there. And the target then suffers D3 strength 4 hits, and they have to take a leadership test, and if they fail that leadership test, they're then stunned until the next psychic phase. So it would potentially interrupt Rob's summoning.
Okay, that's pretty good, or potentially kill him or something.
Or that, could kill him.
Fortunately, although my psychers cannot use psychic powers because I've designated that they're going to be summoning, we've kind of established that they can use retaining hand powers because they've just been allocated to them. So luckily I have reflection, and we've both talked about it and we think, yeah, that should be good to go. So I'm going to reflect the power 4d6 directly back at the Inquisitor.
Not at the Inquisitor.
Yes. So
no reverse.
Here we go. Let's get some dice up. Chances of actually getting all the way back, I think, are quite slim.
It's a good roll.
It's not bad.
What's that, 18 inches?
6, 10. No. 10, 13.
Oh, that's a 1.
Yes.
Sorry, I thought that was a 6.
Wretched
GW guys from the old days.
Yes.
So a mere 13 inches back towards the Inquisitor, sort of fizzles out on the steps.
Okay, so it stops me getting brained, but at least it gets rid of my retaining hand, so not a wasted power at all.
And then with my final force card, I'm going to store that in my Inquisitor's Force Halberd.
Excellent, sir. Okay, so no psychics for myself. We'll go on to the summoning. So 1 point straight away, 2 points with him. That's 2 in total. D3 from the Demagogue. Oh, another 2. So I'm up to 4.
Up to 4 summoning points.
Again, I have to get to 20. I'll never find a 4 on there. There it is. So we'll keep track of the summoning points with that D20. Okay, 4 up, not too bad. Over to Cultist turn 1. Okay, Chaos turn 1. These guys have just moved 4, and they're going to try and put some auto pistols into them. I don't know why, but they have. These guys started their turn within 8 of the Terminators, so they're subject to frenzy. They charged in, only one of them made it. These guys I brought on from the edge, and they're going to fire their auto pistols just to see if it can have any effect. These guys have stayed absolutely still. They're going to probably crack on summoning. So that's my movement. On to shooting. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The 7th one can't get a line, so can he? Yeah, no, he can. Okay, 7 of those into the Grey Knight Terminators. I've got 4 dice here, so I'll roll them. Was it no pluses for close range?
Because you're not within 8.
So I think it's 5 or 6 to hit. 1.
Strength 3 into mine.
And another 3. Okay, 1 hit.
Strength 3 in my toughness 4, so 5 to wound.
5 or 6 to wound. No wound. Okay, so no success there. On to here. 6 lined up there into the Grey Knight and the Inquisitor. I'll work that out randomly. Should I get any hits? So 4, it's +2 at close range. for these, for auto pistols. I'm just within 8. So...
3's to hit.
Yeah, 3's to hit. Okay, that's a bit better. And another 2.
So 5 hits in total.
5 hits, not bad.
Looking for 5s to wound.
Yeah, I'll roll randomly to who they hit. 1s to 3, it's the Grey Knight. 4
plus, it's
4
the
plus, it's the Inquisitor.
2 on the Inquisitor, 3 on the Grey Knight.
And the Grey Knight. 5s to wound on the Grey Knight. 1 wound. So we've got an armor save coming in there. We work out the Inquisitor 1, 2 on him. What would be the wound? Strength 3.
Still be 5s onto the Inquisitor.
You sure? 6. 5, 3, toughness, strength 3 versus toughness.
Yes, correct, it is 6.
6, okay, so 6 is for the Inquisitor. No. Okay, so 1.
For the Terminator, looking for a 3 up on 2 dice on the Terminator armour.
Oh,
he is fine.
So close.
Just about.
So close. Okay, right, that's all the shooting. Onto our single hand.
Glorious combat.
Okay, I've got 2 close combat weapons, including a sword and an auto pistol. I charge, give me a weapon skill of 4. Here we go. Ooh, a fumble.
I will make you parry that 6, sir.
Good
I rolled a
grief.
beautiful 6 myself.
Just give me a 2 plus.
With a WS of 5, that gives me 11 versus your 2, which is 7 hits.
Yeah, go on then. Just roll with
so
2. Oh, no, not all of them. Just roll till you get 2. Good lord. Yeah, done. I don't like to remove them with at least 1 dice roll, proving their death. Okay, well that's it then. Not a break test because it's only 25 per turn, so I was good there for them. On to psychics.
Is there any kind of consolidation apply then with combat?
You get if you win the combat, you get a 2-inch follow up. So
I
that
could follow up into one of your.
But it's individual.
Yeah.
So
we could just.
Do you want it?
You may as well because he's.
James.
Does he then get the charge bonus?
No, not for follow
So
up.
it's not worth it. You may as well charge because it's my turn.
Gotcha. Makes sense.
That makes better sense.
Okay, yeah, so that's
Psychics?
that. On to psychics. Again, I'm going to summon, so it's all you. 2 dice, 1 for...
1 for each. So we get 6, so 3 each this time. Your turn this time. There you are, sir.
Obviously, I'm very limited as to what I can do. But I will have one bit of a giveaway, but I've got 1 retain in hand. And I'll put the rest away. Oh no, we said we could do other things, didn't we? Right, there you go. So I'll keep hold of them for now. Of course, I've got no powers. We'll just work out my summoning points in a bit.
So going straight over to the Inquisitor. He's keeping the 1 card still within his Force Halberd, and then we're going to go for a slightly risky play here, and we're going to play the very force-intensive Holocaust.
Crikey.
So the Psyker releases his mightiest powers in a mighty conflagration of flames raging out from his body. Every living creature, friend or foe, within 12 inches of the Psyker takes a strength 4 hit from the flames. And then after that damage has been assessed, he has to take a test to see whether or not he can control the Holocaust. So if we work out who's within range of the power, and then we'll come back to roll some wounds.
Yeah, what I might do though is use an Army Nullify
to
stop that. So 5 or 6 because it's, well, my Psyker's a lower level even if it was for him. So I'm going to try and nullify that on a 5 or 6. So now we have to go and work all that out. Okay, so we've worked it out. Who's in, Tristan?
So both units of cultists are within 12 of the Inquisitor, but unfortunately so are all of the Grey Knight Terminators, even the ones holding up the Vanguard. So every model in this whole range is going to take a strength 4 hit. So we're starting off with these cultists over here, wounding them on 3s. Here we go. So that is 4 of them. Sorry.
4 of them dead, okay.
4 of those ones dead.
I'll take them off.
And then you've got 8.
Did you grab the other one? No? Okay.
No, sorry. Then we've got 8.
Let me roll a break test for those straight away. Yeah, they're broken, so I'll move them in a second.
Okay.
Over here.
Then we've got 8 more for the fresh unit. And they take 1, 2, 3, 4 of them as well.
Okay, not too bad.
Break test for them.
Break test for them. With the Acolyte still alive. 5, 6, 7, yes. Okay, he's 8. Acolyte's 8, so that they're in. And how many was that? 4?
That's 4, yeah.
Okay.
And then I'll roll for the Terminators and the Inquisitor individually, just so we can map who's taking damage. So starting over here.
Alright, you can group roll.
Group roll?
For the 2, yeah.
So 5s to wound them. One of them takes a wound, so he'll be saving on his Terminator armor at a -1. So we're looking for a 4 on the 2d6. He is fine.
No problem.
Then the 3 Terminators here. One of them as well, saving on a 4. He's fine.
Yeah.
And the Inquisitor, also on a 5, is wounded.
Oh, wounded inside.
He's got his refractor field, first of all. It'll be a 5 up unmodified save.
Go for it.
Which he saves on the refractor field.
Okay.
Okay. Quite a savage amount of damage from the Holocaust there. The Inquisitor now needs to take a leadership test to try and control the Holocaust and stop it from continuing to burn. He does pass that on his leadership of 9, fortunately, only just. And the
so
conflagration ends.
Taking the power off, okay.
Could have chosen to keep it burning, but...
Crikey, you can do that like any turn. You just do that every turn.
It does cost 3 force cards, so it's quite an expensive one to do. But it's it's quite a successful power.
Yuck. Okay, over to summoning points. Again, 2, 1, 2, and a D3 for the Demagogue. Ooh, there you are. So that's 3, 4, 5, 9. Oh yeah.
The blessed number of Zinch. That's the wrong god.
Yeah, wrong god. We're not fussy at this point.
Fair.
Take all the help we can get. Okay, so yeah, absolutely mortal the cultists.
So then we just need to action the break test there, and then it'll be over to Grey Knight's turn 2.
Yeah, okay. Okay, so turn 2, Grey Knights. Tristan, what have we done?
Okay, so we've sent 1 Grey Knight Terminator to come and deal with these heretics on the side of the board here. He's made a charge into 2 of them.
Lovely.
And the Inquisitor and 2 of his brethren have run up the stairs. So they won't be doing any shooting this turn, but they are advancing towards the Demagogue.
Oops.
And then these 2 Terminators holding up the rear guard have just fallen back slightly whilst keeping their guns ready to bear upon cultists.
Very good. So on to shooting.
Go straight into that shooting. These 2 Terminators will fire their guns upon the back, hitting on 2s with their ballistic skill of 5.
Yeah, absolutely.
So we do get 2 hits. And sustained dice is 3 hits in total. Looking for 3s to wound. We do kill 3 of the cultists at the back
done. Okay, off the front there. That's a break test for them. I'll roll that now so we don't forget. Acolyte's still alive at the back there, luckily, so 8. Yes,
fine.
In the fight.
That's all the shooting for the Grey Knights this turn, so on to the combat.
Oh yeah, okay. Come on guys, you can do it. So yeah, well, weapon skill 2, are they? Yeah, pretty low. So you're 5 +1 for charging 6.
Charging 6.
You get just his normal base attacks, which is 1, isn't it?
Just 1 attack on the Grey Knights, yeah.
I've got 2 hand-to-hand combat weapons. Let's see if that helps me. 5 and a 4.
I'll parry your 5, sir.
For a 6. Oh, for 5, 5, 6, 7.
And I am 8 with my +1 ballistic skill. So I get a single hit on you.
It's got to be 2s, hasn't it?
It'll be 2s, I believe, with my +1 strength on the Force Halberd. There we go.
Nice.
1 wound. And then you have your second opponent.
Yeah, multiple combat.
+1.
So I am now 3 plus whatever I roll. 5.
I get the mighty 6. I'll parry your 5.
Ooh, you get an extra 1. Just give me a couple of 2s. Yeah, jobs are good.
Done.
Okay. Make sure you can follow up.
You will then follow up this Terminator into this cultist.
That's a break test before, just in case. And they're gone. And they're all, I would suggest, off the board. Since they came on the board, I'll happily just run them off.
Run those off.
It's got to be away from the Terminators or towards cover.
Does that happen before the pilot?
Yeah, that happens immediately. So yeah, he's good to go. You can still follow up in any direction you want.
Okay, so he will start moving towards the steps.
Yeah. Okay, well that took care of them. Nice,
Job done.
Nicely done.
Terminator.
Yeah.
Then moving into the psychic phase.
Yes,
Are
absolutely.
you continuing to summon?
I'm not going to use psychic powers. I'm going to summon.
So just 2d6 again for the warp.
But this is your turn, isn't it? Yeah.
This is my turn.
Okay, yeah. So 2d6.
Oh, it's 11.
Good grief! All right.
Heavy psychic turn, this one. There we go. Well, so I think straight off the bat, the Inquisitor is absolutely going to have to engage in a psychic duel with the Demigod.
Oh, good grief!
So both players roll a d6 and add the mastery levels of their respective psychers. So
Okay, I'm a 3
for you,
Yeah.
4 for me. It's a 7. The player with the highest total wins the duel and drives a psychic power out of the mind of the loser. The winner can immediately choose a psychic power card at random from the hand of the losing player and discard it for the remainder of the battle.
Okay, well done, sir. So you get to pick.
We will rid you of your filthy Zinchian psychic power.
Excellent. Corn will be pleased. Okay. Again, don't ask me how that works. So, yeah, that's it. So that was pretty good. I was expecting worse, actually. But it doesn't knock him out of action or anything.
No, it doesn't do
Takes
anything
the
else,
power.
literally just makes him forget one of his psychic powers for the rest of the game.
Excellent. Anything
Presumably
more?
nothing else from you because you're all summoning still.
Oh,
So
yeah.
because it would be your turn to go now, but
Okay, yeah, no, I'm going to be summoning with my 3. We'll work that out in a bit.
okay, so your guys are continuing to summon, so straight back to me for another power. The Inquisitor can draw a line from the steps down there up to your Demigod.
Oh.
So he is going to go for another attempt at scourging.
Oh.
However, this time he is going to use ultimate force.
Before I reach for a nullifier,
Before
I
you reach
even
for another
bother.
fight, or anything else.
Or anything else I may have. Oh, you son of a gun. So not a lot I can do about that one.
Nope, so the first target in my 24-inch line, which will be the Demigod, takes D3 strength for hits.
Good grief.
So the number of hits you take
Ridiculous.
is 2.
2.
Perfectly average.
Toughness 4.
So wounding on 4s.
This could be it.
That is 2 wounds, Mr. Demigod.
So, okay, yeah, I'll take my armour save first for Carapace. 4, 5 or 6 minus 1. So 5 or 6 is on the armour. None.
Both.
And I have a field, which I will now attempt to deploy. 3 plus, displace a field. I'll do them both and move once. Ooh,
Passes them both.
saved. And I will just find a scatter die over here. And we will see where the fella goes. This way 2 inches. Jobs are good. Ooh.
I will now require you to take a leadership test, please, sir, because if you fail, you are stunned until the next psychic phase, which means you won't be able to continue your summoning shenanigans.
Well, I'll change the rules and
Okay.
allow myself to continue.
Rude. Sounds like heresy to me. I think he's failed.
Failed.
We have
Definitely.
stunned the Demigod, which kind of makes sense because he just got teleported away from his
No,
summoning
none of that
location.
makes sense. None of it makes sense. Okay, cool. Yeah, no. So he's stunned. So I won't add his D3 to my summoning, which could be terrible. Okay. Any more?
So we're then going to have to ditch one of these. The Inquisitor is going to store a force card, second force card now, in his halberd, and this Terminator at the front here is going to store 2 in his halberd as well.
Right. I will
That's
then,
done.
as my last thing, I will use an army nullify. 5 or 6 on the Aura of Fire in an attempt to get rid of that. No.
No, still in play.
Okay, so that takes us on to my summoning. So I have one for him, no D3 for the Demagogue, putting me up to 11, but I'm going to use some of those and get something on the board.
Summon some demons.
Yes, I shall summon, I think, Fleshhound and a Bloodletter.
So 4 summoning points down.
Yeah, 4 summoning
puts
points.
your total now at 7, which is the blessed number for Nurgle. I'm afraid.
It's all over the shop. This
all
Demagogue doesn't know what he's doing. So I'll put them on the board. I've got to really. I've got nothing between me and you, so I've got to start doing things.
And then we'll move into Cultist's turn 2.
Okay, so Cultist's turn 2 complete. These guys have just moved forward again. Going to try and put some auto pistols into them. You never know when that Terminator is going to foul that roll. These guys have run into cover here in the compulsory movement phase. These guys have stayed where they were. The demons, we're not doing the summoning rules where they've got to be in groups of 3 or more. It can be individually summoned. So the Bloodletter's just moved to the top of the stairs in a challenging motion, ready to take on anyone who can come up there. The Chaos Hound has stayed put for now. A little bit of defence for the Demagogue, since he keeps getting zapped from across the board. That's it really. Stranger shooting. These 4 guys, no pluses for close range. 5 or 6. Come on guys, take down a Terminator. Ooh, 1 hit. Strength 3, toughness 4, 5 or 6 to wound. Whoa, this is it, double 1. Watch this, double armor. 1. No chance.
Not even slightly.
Okay, ping, 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 bounced off, that's that. No hand-to-hand combat.
Into the psychic phase.
Into the dreaded psychic phase.
Are your people continuing to summon?
That's a very good point, and I possibly should have thought of that in the movement phase. I'm going to summon, because otherwise, I probably could have used a few powers, but no, I'll summon.
So 2d6 then again for the warp. Oh, it's 12.
Bloody
It's
hell.
12. The warp is flowing.
Well, yeah, it makes sense, considering we're trying to cause a rift in the fabric of reality. Yeah.
There we go.
Grief.
What are you kicking us off with, sir? If anything.
I'm going to try and nullify Aura of Fire. Okay, 5 or 6. No.
The aura is still strong.
Indeed.
Grey Knights. So our Grey Knight at the top of the stairs here is going to step forward and use the 2 force cards that are within his Nemesis force weapon to try and destroy demon
Oh, nice.
on the Bloodletter at the top of the stairs. So the power travels up to 24 inches and strikes the first target in its path. Psyker rolls 2d6, adds his mastery level to the result. The demon rolls 1d6 and adds its current number of wounds to the result.
I will try to nullify, I think.
Ooh.
Again, army nullify, 5 or 6.
You cannot defeat the power of the Grey Knights.
Indeed, it appears that way.
So 7 plus my mastery level of 1 for an 8, and then the demon needs to roll 1d6 and 1 as you only have 1 wound on the Bloodletter.
Oh, so I've got to roll a 1.
You roll a 1d6 and add 1 because that's how many wounds you have.
Okay. 5.
So you go 5. The Psyker's score beats the demon's score. The demon is instantly destroyed.
Banished. Back to the wall.
Banished back to the warp with you, sir.
Very good power.
Success from them. Back over to you if you have anything left you would like to do.
I will... No. no powers. Yeah, I really could have actually used removing my guy and using the powers this turn.
So nothing left to cast for the Grey Knights either. We're just going to store a selection of force cards, 2 each for the Grey Knights on the stairs here, and 1 in the Grey Knight at the back.
Nice, building up the old force cards. Yeah, that's me done. That's me done as well. Summoning. This is it.
So 1 each for the Icon Bearer and the Magus.
Magus D3. Come on.
Oh, it's the big 3.
5.
Putting you up to 12 on the summoning points. Did you now want to summon any more demons?
Drop me down to 10 and I will summon a Bloodletter.
Straight back from the wall from whence he was banished.
Ooh, okay, holding on just. So over on to...
Grey Knight's turn 3 coming up.
Okay, so Grey Knight's turn 3. What have you done, Tristan?
So the Inquisitor and his 2 brothers have advanced up the stairs, just moved normally. And
Nice.
the 2 Grey Knight Terminators can draw some beads on the demons
They
on
have
some platform with their storm bolters.
yeah.
The 2 of the rear guard are still making their way back towards their brethren, backing up, but still keeping a line of fire on the cultists at the rear.
Nicely done.
And this Terminator that saw off the flanking cultists has run forwards to try and get back into the fight.
Yeah, nice.
So we can roll straight into the shooting phase. We've got these 2 Terminators firing their storm bolters into the cultists down the way, hitting on 2s. That's 2 hits. Look at the 2 sustained dice.
Could wipe them out. Oh,
5 hits. There'll be 3s to wound.
Yeah.
Oh, it's 3. There is 1 left.
Roll a d4. Not that it matters, but just for fun. 1, 2, 3, 4. So he's a 1 left. Okay, but that is a break test with the Acolyte dead. Let me get these 2 die. So I think he's 7. Oh, cool as a cucumber. Never liked them anyway. Okay.
We'll do the first Grey Knight Terminator here, shooting into the Hound specifically.
Nicely done.
Oh, he misses. And the second doing the same thing. He hits. Sustained. Only the 1 hit. Toughness 4 on a Flesh Hound. Fails to wound.
Lovely.
Oh dear, that could be a problematic in the psychic phase. Right, so if we roll straight into the psychic phase, did you want to continue summoning?
Yeah,
with your characters? So another 2d6 for the warp.
Yeah, okay, 6.
So 6 on the warp, the ebb of the warp is down a little. There we go.
Yeah, give me a chance.
So, now I've got a question.
Okay.
Because I've got Ultimate Force again. How does that interact with the nullification of a Collar of Court?
I would say Ultimate Force pertains to the casting of the power, whereas the collar acts outside of the casting mechanism, is what I would say.
So it just doesn't, it would just nullify it. Okay. So, so roll it. Are you still rolling?
Oh, yeah.
So just cut and see. Okay, so we'll start off with the Terminator at the front, going for a Destroy Demon on the Bloodletter.
Of course.
Because if he foolishly attempted to cast it on the Hound, then it would merely be nullified.
Yes. I see you know your demons well.
I know my demons. And we will stand for no shenanigans right now. We're going to cast this again with Ultimate Force.
Good lord.
So again, I roll 2d6 and add 1 for my mastery, and you roll 1d6 and add 1 for your wound characteristic.
2.
The demon is destroyed.
Yes. Strong.
Is there anything for you to do in the psychic phase or not? To continue.
No, I'll hold off for now.
So, with that in mind, I don't think we want to be doing anything else. If the Inquisitor wanted to attempt a scourging, he'd end up hitting one of his Terminator brethren in the back.
Very true.
So we will simply store an additional force card in the Terminator approaching the steps and call it a day for the Grey Knights.
Okay. Well, although I might try and attempt Aura of Fire.
5 or 6 times the charm?
Yeah. No. Shock.
You may not. Summoning points?
Yes. Here we go. 1, 2.
Plus D3.
D3 for the Demigod.
What's the big 3 again?
5.
Up to 15.
Good lord.
Now, would you like to summon any additional lesser demons?
Oh, that's the trouble. I think I may have to. Looking at this.
Terminators are nearly at the altar.
Okay, drop me 4.
2 lesser demons coming in. Oh, it's Warhounds.
Chaos flesh out.
Appreciated the psychic power of the Grey Knights and is coming to defend it with his hounds.
Yeah, drop me 4 though. It's like, so
puts you back.
I gotta have something in between you and me though. That's the trouble. It might be enough to delay you to get me there. Right. Okay. So that's
the end of Grey Knight's turn 3. We'll be going into Chaos Cultist's turn 3.
Okay. So Cultist turn 3. Movement done. This guy, surviving lone member, has moved forward into weapons range. Thought he'd have got the hint by now.
He's a brave cultist.
He's a brave cultist, yeah. What else happened? Not a lot. Those guys are still down there. I'll roll for their rallying at the end of this turn. The 2 of the Chaos Hounds, Flesh Hounds, have charged in to attack that lone Terminator. Let's see how that goes. That's pretty much it. So shooting for our lone guy. This is your chance, mate. Come on, you can do it. Prove it to everyone.
Here we go. He hits.
Oh, it's
a 5 to
hit.
wound.
5 to wound. There we go. Come on.
He means it.
Ooh, not today.
I mean, he did the hard part.
Yeah. At least he can use his sights. Okay, so into hand-to-hand combat. 2 Flesh Hounds into the front Grey Knight. I would like to charge 2, but I don't think I could quite get onto that other one. And I didn't want to attack the Inquisitor. The Grey Knight passes fear test on the charge.
Because he's a hero of the Imperium.
Absolutely. He's here for it. I am now going to roll 1 attack, plus weapon skill 5, plus 1 for charging 6. So let's go.
5 for the Grey Knight.
Ooh, yeah.
I would like to parry your 5.
No, you can't parry Flesh Hounds. It's a special rule that I've made up. 10.
So that'll be 3 hits for you to my 7.
Oh, okay. So strength 5.
Into toughness 4, so 3's to wound.
3's to wound.
That's 2 wounds.
2 wounds. Minus
2 at your strength
yes,
5.
minus 2 at strength 5.
Looking for 5s on 3 dice. The first one. Saved.
Ooh,
the second
this
one.
is it. Come on.
The Terminator armor holds strong. Oh, it's a fail. However, we do still have the Aura of Fire up. A 4+ will not only negate the wound, but will strike you back.
Oh, good grief.
Come on, Aura of Fire. Oh no, the Terminator falls.
Good. Be gone, creatures.
The first casualty of the Imperium.
Yes, experience the true power of chaos. Well, at least I killed something. Happy with that. Okay, well, I think that's going to be a cheeky little follow-up into him. The other one didn't win the combat, so that will not follow up. Okay. Although I guess it technically, but I'm not going to. Wow, okay, I'm not sure what to say because I wasn't expecting that.
One dead Terminator.
Excellent.
Into the psychic phase.
Yes, indeed.
Or are you continuing to summon?
I will summon.
So another 2d6 for the warp. It's just a 4 this time. Definitely used a lot of the power.
Yeah, you've definitely 2
the
12s you had in
yeah.
previous turns. Okay, it's my turn. Not a lot I can do. You've got loads of stored stuff.
Got loads of stored cards.
Okay, then
I'll
I'm
be saving up for something big, maybe, in case something emerges from the warp
I'm
rift.
sure. I think, indeed, I'm going to nullify Aura Fire.
Okay.
Because this time it's happening.
This time it's going off.
This is how it goes down. Watch this. No.
No,
Good.
still not nullified.
I think the Demigod will... The cultist should get the hint on that one. That's not going anywhere.
Okay. Well, I can't destroy Demon against your Chaos Hounds, your Flesh Hounds.
Because they've got collars of corn.
They've got Collars of Corn, and any of my other powers will fail upon them as well. So all I can do is retain a Force card in one of my Grey Knight Terminators at the back, and not play Energy Drain, because that would lose me all of my retained Force cards.
And your Aura of Fire.
And
yeah,
my Aura of Fire.
absolutely.
So that is it for the Grey Knights, who are finding their powers muted by the Collars of Corn.
Yes.
And now you can generate
This is it.
some more.
I can taste the
points. So
summoning points.
2 to start, plus D3.
The
victory again.
Good grief!
16 summoning points are in the bank.
Oh, so close. So
Are we
close.
utilising any of these turns, or are we holding off?
So close to damnation.
The veils between realms is thinning.
Very thin. I should have made us a nice little flickering smoke marker to put in the middle, but I just did not have the time. Okay, I don't know. I mean, I can do that in one turn. Next psychic phase, I could do that. Are they enough to hold up?
Still alive.
Yeah, absolutely.
Are the Flesh Hounds that you've got on the board enough to hold up the Grey Knight?
I mean, the Inquisitor's mean as hell. Okay, give me 2 points. Put another Chaos Hound on.
Down to 14.
No, I feel bad about that, but that's what I'm going to do.
It means you cannot succeed
In the
this
next
round.
turn, yeah. I'll place that on in a minute since I've got to grab a model. And we'll call that the end.
And then we'll be moving into Grey Knight's turn.
Rallying and rallying.
Rallying.
My boys over here. So, yeah, leadership 5, not 7. But we're going to... Come on, boys. You can still get in the fight. Your Demigod needs you.
How brave are they feeling?
Not that
Not very brave. Not brave enough. Okay, we'll be back for Grey Knight's turn 4.
Okay, Grey Knight's turn 4.
Yep, so the rearguard Terminators are still continuing to retreat. Well, I say retreat, they're backing away from the remaining cultist just to try and join their brothers in the slightly more important fight, which is happening on the stairs now. The Inquisitor has charged into the Flesh Hounds to avenge his fallen brother.
Immune to psychology, so no
fear test for him.
Required.
And then we can roll straight into the shooting. So these 2 Terminators
This is it.
trying to finish off the very last of these cultists. 2 hits. Looking for my sustain.
May all your rolls be jams. No.
It's only 2 hits, but we do only need freeze kill. He is just gone.
Pop.
Finish that cultist off. No more shooting to do, so we can roll straight into the hand-to-hand combat phase. We'll begin with the Inquisitor, who has 3 attacks. He's going to attack the Flesh Hound that's engaged with the Grey Knight Terminator to try and defend his brother.
Yeah, so obviously everyone knows multiple combat rules. He's taking this as a multiple and choosing his target.
So 3 attacks. We are WS7 and +1 for charging. So we get a critical, so we're looking at 6 plus 8 plus 1, which is 15.
Okay, and I am 5.
1d6 plus 5. I will parry 6,
Oh, get away. Come on, another 6. No.
3, so you get 8, so that will be 7 hits on you. We are strength 5. We don't get our strength bonus because of your collar of corn.
Corn, yeah.
So we'll be wounding you on 3s. Let's do a couple of these. So we've got 1 there. We only need 2 because you don't get a save against the force weapon still, so that does finish off that hound.
Yeah, we just talk about that when we. So the collar of corn, it doesn't specifically state. Basically, demonic auras don't get saved against psychic weapons. The collar of corn says it negates the strength bonus, and
normally force weapons automatically wound demons.
So they don't automatically wound, but it doesn't say
anything about the save.
Yeah, it doesn't say the saves.
So as far as we understand it, you don't get the strength bonus. You still have to roll to wound,
but it still negates.
Still don't get the saves because it's still a psychic weapon. Yeah,
so it negates their demonic aura, which is not how I've played in the past. But now we've read it, that's how it's written. If anyone knows any different, just please put that in the comments and we'll get to the bottom of that. Okay, so he's gone.
So that hound is gone. We then go over to the second hound.
You've got your follow-up if you want. Doesn't have to be in hand-to-hand combat. It can be 2 inches anywhere.
The Inquisitor.
Oh, of course, he's still locked.
Terminator hasn't moved yet.
Okay, well, he's pretty tough egg, but I've got 2 attacks now, +1, so that's weapon skill 6.
I will parry your 6, sir.
Oh.
So our 1s counter each other out.
11, just add them, 11, 12.
Okay. Do I still get +1 for charging on the second opponent?
Yeah, you get +1 into the combat.
It's for the whole round.
Yeah.
So I'll be looking at 6 plus 8, so 14, 15 with your fumble.
6, 7, 12.
And my critical, so 15.
An extra 1.
So 4 against you then. Looking for 3s.
Not a problem.
That'll do him. The Inquisitor steps up to the plate and doesn't disappoint.
Oops.
And he will just follow up to the bottom of the stairs there, ready to take on the Chaos Cult.
Turn into squid and mush.
Now, into the psychic phase. Are you continuing to summon?
Unfortunately, I think I have to. Again, I didn't move them into positions to use any powers. So yes, I'm going to summon.
Let's get some more warp flowing energies then. 7 cards this time.
May survive. Could have done with energy drain, but that's been used.
There we go, 7. How are we playing these? Do these block line of sight?
If a target can be seen any part, then a psychic power can be used. It's only if they can't be seen.
So I think with that in mind, the Inquisitor, for his first trick, is going to cast Scourging up at the Icon Bearer, which will be 1 force card. Are you able to nullify it, sir?
I think I will use Destroy Power, my retain in hand card.
Oh, indeed.
It's Demigog's got it.
Demigog
within 6 inches. Prevents it from taking place.
Yep.
The power is instantly automatically nullified. In addition, secretly roll d6 and add any force card you wish from your hand. The enemy psychic does the same. Whoever has the higher... Oh, the power gets removed from your hand, basically, for the rest of the game. And no ill consequences to me. D6. Oh, yeah. How much do you add?
2.
2. Same here, 2.
We get to keep our power then.
Yes, you certainly do. Cheeky devil.
The Inquisitor does not like losing his psychic abilities. Unfortunately, however, that is going to have to be all we can do with those Hounds of Corn guarding the characters.
Damn you thrice over. Hoping for more powerful power, so I could use demonic attack, but that's what you get for being greedy. Should have just tried it. Although I don't think he'd really fail on a 1 force power as a level 4, but it would have given me the nullify. And I could have saved my retaining hand. Foolish! Okay.
Foolish heretic.
Yeah, well, he is a foolish heretic, to be fair.
Summoning then. 2 parts.
Oh, this is it!
The Icon Bearer gets to live, so he
now,
can
I'm not
still
going to get
contribute
4
as well.
6s in a row. That's ridiculous. Here we go. Come on.
No, just the one. So 3.
Three
You
up.
are up to 17. So depending on whether or not you spend any now to summon some lesser demons, you are guaranteed to complete it in the next.
Oh, good grief!
phase,
You're absolutely right.
if you are still alive.
Let's make it a little bit more challenging, shall we? I reckon I'm going to get another hound on
Mm-hmm.
just to keep us in the game.
Down to 15.
50,
then.
still doable.
Still doable
but
next turn.
a lot tougher.
Not guaranteed.
Okay, so yeah, I'll summon that extra hound. And
then we'll go into Chaos Cult's turn 4.
Okay, not much left for the Chaos Cult. We had 2 charges, left one of the hounds up there, flesh hound, so one into the Inquisitor, one into the Grey Knight, just because I got that taste of a kill. I'd love to get another one.
We shall not fall!
Absolutely. So tempted to move one of these guys to start assisting with psychic powers or something, but got to keep your eyes on the prize.
Very, very close to breaking that warp rift
Of
out.
the summoning. To be honest, that's been a real frustration the whole game, like wanting to draw them away from that. Yeah, so I guess straight into hand-to-hand combat. Flesh Hound. Let's go for the Flesh Hound first. Into the normal Grey Knight. Yeah. So
1 attack.
5 +1 for charging 6. Oh, sorry. They used the scent. Not that it matters because I could have engaged and then engaged there, but they used their special
blood
scent
to be able to choose
who
not
you
necessarily
charge.
the nearest unengaged model.
Yeah, very excellent. So I think they're one of the only models in second that has it.
Yeah.
Okay, so 6 +1 die. Here we go. Come on, fella. Oh, 2. Not great.
So it's a 9 for the Grey Knight.
8.
So 1 hit doesn't wound you automatically because of your colour of corn, and we are strength 4. So it's just going to be a
Fear test.
Ooh,
I forgot to roll for fear.
do need to do the fear test. Leadership 9. Oh, it is just about
That would have been
okay.
amazing. Okay, no worries. So you're whacking me.
Okay, so I'm going to expend the 2 force cards that were in that Terminator's halberd to try and do some additional damage if I do manage to wound
Wound him.
this flesh hound. We are only wounding on a 4+ though, because we don't have the strength bonus.
Okay.
It is a wound. No save possible because of the psychic force weapon, and then this will be D6 damage because we've expended
D6.
2 cards.
So it's a 1. I need a 1.
2+.
Anything but 1.
He does do it.
Bloody
Defeats
hell.
that flesh hound.
Yeah.
He can then pile in towards the Inquisitor and the other flesh hound.
Nice. Yes. Okay, so the Inquisitor. Charged again, 6.
3 attacks for the Inquisitor. I will parry your 5, sir. 3. So
9.
we're up to 12 for the
Oh,
Inquisitor.
good grief. It's for all flesh hounds.
So this will be 3s to wound.
Yeah, roll that again.
So that'll do it.
Yeah,
3 there.
gone. And a 2-inch follow-up, should you wish.
Marching up the stairs. Make it up 2 steps. Towards the ritual.
Oh, right, okay.
Into the psychic phase.
Yeah, good grief, yeah.
It's getting dangerously close now. Are you continuing to summon with all of your psychers?
Well, again, because of their positions.
I need to. Here we go. It's 8 cards this time. This is your turn. There we go.
Okay, I'm going to attempt to nullify the Aura of Fire. This is definitely going to work now.
You shall never succeed!
Because I picked up a die that was already on 6, so it's definitely going to repeat that. Come on, 5 or 6.
Never!
No, it certainly feels that way. Okay, your turn, sir.
Well, I feel like things are getting pretty desperate here.
Well,
and it might
I wouldn't
be
go that far.
it might be time for desperate measures, because if you do roll a 5 or 6 on your demagogue this turn, the warp rift opens, and I cannot allow that
That's true.
to happen. So
Very true.
I'm going to draw one of the force cards from my Inquisitor's retained ones in his halberd.
Yeah.
And then he is going to cast Vortex with 3 force cards.
But how and where?
Well, he's going to aim it towards your Magus.
But you know what that's going to do?
So we start
there. On the edge there.
And then we roll our 3d6. And we try and avoid
you're going to...
troublesome flesh hound.
Yeah, that's tight, but I think you can probably do it.
And that goes 9 inches, 8 inches. I can't count. Doesn't actually make any difference, does it? Because the template will end up in the same place.
Is it within 6 inches of the demigod?
Quite possibly. Yes.
Then I will reflect it.
Didn't you already use that?
Yeah, but we've been through the deck.
Oh.
So I have reflection, and I will play that, and it will go 4d6 back the way it came.
Oh dear.
Please.
Low numbers, think low numbers. Those are not low numbers. That is 70 inches.
Got a lot of reflection.
This could be a problem.
There's no if. It could be. There's no could in this. This is what you call a problem in every way, shape or form. Okay, yeah, so the reflection all the way back gets there, gets reflected back, wipes out him.
Over the Inquisitor who
wipes
gets
out
sucked
him.
into the vortex, as well as this Terminator here.
Destroys terrain and all sorts. So
everything in its path.
And now it becomes just a vortex grenade there.
Now it's functions like a vortex grenade.
And what do we do? Roll at the beginning of turns or some such like that?
Yeah, or it can be nullified because it's a psych bag.
Oh,
in fact, actually, now I'm wondering
if
your
your guys
might disappear as soon as the Inquisitor gets killed.
Oh, the caster. Yeah, possibly. Some powers are removed from play. But that's not remaining in play.
It is nullified, dissipates, or leaves the battlefield.
Yeah,
so it carries on.
It doesn't matter whether he's gone or not. Okay, but it can be nullified.
Can be nullified.
So your guys could get rid of it. Okay, but that changes things.
Just a little.
I didn't expect you to do that anyway, and then I was so happy that I had reflection. I thought
my thinking was if I could remove one of the characters, it would stop you from completing this turn.
Great move. Yeah.
However, I did not bank on you having reflection.
Second time in the game.
Yeah.
Yes. Fantastic.
So,
okay, well, what we'll do then is, that's your...
That's my psychic phase.
Well, unless you got the guys want to do anything.
The only power they have is Destroy Demon, which doesn't work on the flesh hounds.
Okay, so end of your turn...
Just goes over to your summoning.
Oh yeah, my
summoning. Can you now put the final nail in the coffin?
This would actually be a very good end to the game.
5 or 6.
Yes, 1, 2, and a D3. Give me 5. Give me 5.
Yeah! There it is.
All right, come
and here. The rift opens, and the Grey Knights are defeated.
Boom. That's it. So
defeated by their own hubris, perhaps.
Hoisted by their own petard. Excellent, look at that. Right, I think, do you want to call that there? Definitely. Oh, that's a pretty good end.
I think that is a good end to the fight.
We could pull down another.
Could call down reinforcement Grey Knights, but I think without the power of the Inquisitor to help them,
yes,
they are no match for a greater demon of Khorne.
Yeah, he played fast and loose with psychic powers. Still, you had to do something, like you say. Excellent game. Right, we'll have some reflections. Okay, so no victory point add up on this one. Special scenario. What do you think, Tristan?
That did not quite go to plan. So
cheered me up no end.
it was all going so well with the Holocaust, wiping out best part of 2 of the cultist mobs.
Yeah. I thought it was done then. I really thought that was it.
That was a brilliant bit of power there. And then we were marching up the steps. And then it got to that turn, I'm thinking, I've got to do something here, because if you roll a 5 or a 6, which obviously you then did, it's game over anyway.
Yes.
So my thinking was, if I can take out one of the summoning characters, I can stop you guaranteeing the summon this turn.
I didn't even think of that. That was great, yeah.
And the only way I could do that, really, like sort of as a guarantee, was Vortex. But little did I know that you had a reflect
again
up your sleeve again, and you got to do the old Uno reverse. And Inquisitor gets sucked into his own vortex.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of factors at play there. Us allowing passive cards, such as Retain in Hand, to be used by the Chaos Psychers. But like you said, they needed to have something to keep them in the game, to take part in the game.
Because otherwise they're not really contributing apart from the summoning points.
Yeah, so that was a good call. And it just worked out that way at the end. I mean, I made a load of mistakes. I had energy drain early on. I could have got rid of your aura of so-and-so. I had demonic attack twice, I think, and you didn't do a power. I kept it, hoping he'd do a 3-force power, and he didn't. And I put it on the discard.
Well, you kept blocking me with the Flesh Hounds.
Yeah.
They're perfect against me, because the Bloodletters, I can just... The Grey Knight Terminators with their Destroy Demon can just take the Bloodletters out one at a time.
Yes.
But the Flesh Hounds, they're just immune to all
of
my
they're brilliant. I was a little bit beardy, keep smashing the Flesh Hound button,
but it was the right.
It was the right call. With all the cultists dead, I had nothing to slow you down, so I had to do something. I wanted a nice Bloodletter charge. That would have been really cool. Maybe in the next turn, if it had gone on.
Yeah,
I talked about that. Maybe I'd have summoned 3 or 4 and try and charge the Inquisitor and kill him that way. But
because the Grey Knights themselves are not that. No. Pokey. They're very tough, very hard to kill.
Yeah.
They're only 1 attack each, so they're not amazing in combat. But the thing that kind of gives them the edge is the psychic potential, especially with the Inquisitor as well. So once you remove that with the Flesh Hounds, they become a real speed bump because I can't kill them in the psychic phase.
Powers. Yeah.
So I've got to kill them in combat.
Yeah. Of course, we came across a couple of things like all you always do in second. The force weapon one's interesting, isn't it?
Yeah,
it only
a lot of interactions with that.
It cuts out strength bonus and automatic wounding, but it didn't say anything about negating the aura, which psychic powers do. So the collar, we don't think the collar actually stops the weapon from cutting out the aura. But if anyone,
the demons rule specifically states that they don't get the aura save against psychic weapons.
Yes.
And obviously that's then in the same book as the Collar of Khorne, which specifies the strength bonus and the automatically wounding. So we think we're reading that the right way.
Yeah, it's a tough one. I mean, second's tough, as you know, anyone who plays it, it's got a lot of grey areas and unspecified bits. But if anyone's got a line of thought on that, just whack it in the comments. I might even put it on the second ed page, see what people think. But rules as written...
I think we
played it as it's written. The big question is, does the Collar of Khorne just stop it being a force weapon, full stop?
Because it would almost make sense if it just turned it into a
normal sword, a normal
weapon of its type.
Yeah.
Because it just absolutely negates the psychic effect
of
it.
But it
which
doesn't
kind of
say
that would fit in with the fact that they can't be affected by psychic powers.
It would, yeah. Maybe that would make them too powerful. Who knows what the intent was?
Certainly against me.
Yeah, good. What do you think? Good scenario? Enjoyed it?
Really good scenario, really good fun. It's a shame I blew myself up with a vortex at the end there. Had the Inquisitor survived and you still got to summon the Bloodthirster, it might have been worth playing on for a couple of turns just to see if he could do some work with his Force Halberd. But the Bloodthirster is a very hard target to kill.
Absolutely. We had the second squad of Grey Knights that we said if the Bloodthirster gets summoned,
they get to teleport.
They can teleport Homer in on one of the Inquisitor or the Grey Knight, and we could have fought that out. I still don't think it would have been very good for the Grey Knight. With the Inquisitor gone, we decided to end that there because I think he was
the best chance of being able to do any kind of damage into the Great
fourth
Demon.
Opponent type multiple combat thing.
The Bloodthirster is still getting his saves against the Force weapons, so he is still quite a challenge for them to deal with.
So unfortunately, this world has fallen to chaos.
It is now a demon world, in fact.
A big rent in reality and all sorts of nasties pouring through.
I mean, I think all you can say there is best take off and nuke the site from orbit.
Oh, absolutely.
It's the only way to be sure.
Yeah, those 300 teleports straight out, and oh wow,
Virus bomb.
next job. Right, the idea behind this, before I started doing the channel, we didn't actually play a lot of large games, did we? Like 1500 points. We'd actually fallen to playing little scenarios like this, and I hear a lot of people on the Second Ed page talking about, oh, can you do 500 point games? Can you do small skirmish style games? And we just wanted to do this, one of the old scenarios, to show that this is how we skirmish or play smaller games. Almost like a kill team. Yeah. Like a kill team for second edition. Get to use models that you might normally put on in the larger games because they're points costs. Who teleports in because it's like 50% of the units cast. It's, and when do you often get the ideal pairing of this model against that model, and you don't. So we kind of write those scenarios so we can field those forces against each other. If you like this type of battle rather than the 1500 point, just let me know in the comments. I got loads that we played over the years involving all sorts of sort of fringe 40k models. Just let us know.
I think the rule set of Second Ed really leans itself into this more sort of scenario-based game because
definitely.
it's so detailed. It gives you a lot of narrative moments.
Yeah, I mean, Andy Chambers said it creaks over 750 points. Some people disagree. They love playing 3,000 point games and all that type of thing. But I haven't got a spare weekend, so
and the rest.
And I haven't got a spare long weekend to play a 3,000 point game. But anyway, if you like this type of battle, let me know and I'll do some more. We got loads that we've played over the years, as I said. Anyway, hope you enjoyed it, and see you next time.